So once we have the VMware Cloud Foundation infrastructure deployed and set up, we use VCF Operations to monitor the health of the overall stack to ensure it is ready to host new application workloads. So here we log into VCF Operations 9 console, and here we see the home page. The inventory section gives an overview or summary of your vCenters, the data center, host, and VMs that have been deployed. As we click on a specific vCenter, we get a detailed tree view with objects grouped by host and clusters. As we click on any ESX host, here we see the overall host inventory, like the model, the version, CPU, memory, the capacity, usage, the utilization in terms of CPU, memory, the overall performance, and configuration details. The metric steps give a high-level topology view of your host connected to the data store and the VMs. The metric picker allows you to pick any of the utilization metrics for troubleshooting capabilities. Here we see the CPU contention metrics. The logs integration allows you to look at ESX host logs for troubleshooting capabilities. And the alert section shows all the open alerts for ESX host. And the topology here gives the high-level mapping of how host is connected to the data stores and the VMs are connected to the host and upstream towards the host clusters. Next, under infrastructure operations, the VCF health allows you to see the overall health of your vCenters. So here you can see we have one VCF instance, and here we see the overall summary, and we can see the number of domains that have been configured. The components view, there it gives the overall summary as well as the certificate visibility. Also shows the status of NTP drift, if there is any NTP drift failures or DNS resolution failures. As we get into vCenter, we see the overall or high-level overview of the vCenter uptime, the utilization. So here it reports the connectivity issues of the appliance health. Here we see the overall uptime of vCenter, the UI service, and the API service health of the vCenter. We see the overall utilization in terms of CPU, memory disk. And we can also find other capabilities like any VM operation failures or vMotion event failures or failed snapshots. And as we get into details, you can see the historical trend of the vCenter uptime or the UI service uptime and the API service health uptime. Under utilization, we see CPU usage trend, the memory usage trend, and the services tab shows the health of vCenter server services. So with VCF operations for logs, you can troubleshoot a problem in your environment by examining and analyzing logs within VCF operations UI. So here we are looking at the logs, metrics, and network flows for better troubleshooting capabilities. So we can gather logs and events from all VCF components into one single interface. The metrics here allows you to run queries to fetch metrics, like in this case, we are trying to look at all VMs with CPU usage more than 20%. Here we see all the VMs which are having CPU usage more than 20%. And then we have the network flows where we can see the top talkers in terms of the network traffic flows and also the VM to VM communication. The storage operations homepage provides visibility into active storage alerts. Here we see all the critical and warning alerts. We can see the overall capacity usage of current vCenter clusters and other data stores deployed in the VCF stack. Here we see the overall vCenter cluster health scores and different cluster types that have been deployed, along with other performance KPIs like IOPS, throughput, and latency. Then you also get a new diagnostics page that allows you to test new clusters entering production or existing clusters already in production to understand their health and performance readiness. The network operations page gives you a complete overview of your network inventory, helping you to monitor the health of your NSX components in real time. So here you can see the overall NSX network alerts. You also gain quick access to traffic summary and flow analysis, making it easier to troubleshoot issues. The VPC details view will give all the VPC specific details. You can easily see all related entities like including VMs, subnets, IP blocks grouped in one place, and also with other additional metrics like the subnet metrics. Under fleet management, VCF single sign-on or SSO enables a seamless login experience with a unified authentication. So using one AD account, you can now seamlessly log into all VCF components like a vCenter, NSX, VCF operation for logs, and networks. The certificates view, again, you get a single pane view to manage all the VCF components level certificates from one single place. So you can just go into certificate management section and see summary and quick glance of which certificates are active and which are expired. You can set auto renewal. You can also configure CA signed certificates, currently supports Microsoft, and also you can generate CSRs and download CSRs. Similarly, you can easily manage passwords for all the VCF management components and the core components. You can also update password or remediate the passwords. And then you have lifecycle, which allows patching and upgrades of VCF components, including managing the source for software binary downloads. So here you can deploy new components like VCF automation, identity brokers, operations for logs, and you can upgrade them along with core components. Onto capacity, so you can assess there is sufficient compute capacity in your VMware cloud environment for current and future workloads. You can see overall capacity usage and the demand trends at your data center level or the cluster level, or memory demand and disk demand. You can also have optimization opportunities where you can reduce wastage by reclaiming unused resources. You can targeting oversubscribed objects like idle VMs or snapshots or orphan disk. And you also have right size capabilities where you can identify oversized VMs and undersized VMs and take actions on it to save cost. So the cost overview page will show the total cost of ownership view for all your setup. So here you can see the total cost of ownership by capacity, the cost drivers, like your facilities, software licenses, labor charges. You can see the data center and domain-wise cost breakup. Then we have the cost optimization widget showing cost-saving opportunities identified by VCF operations, like shutting down idle VMs, deleting powered off VMs, or deleting old snapshots. So VCF operations also support showbacks and chargeback capabilities in terms of the cost and price for VMs. So if you are a service provider or enterprise following the infrastructure as a service model and using VCF automation consumption layer, we allow you to do a chargeback for those constructs, similarly for the vCenter constructs. So using chargeback, you can create a bill on the price to charge your customer's department or cost center for their VMs. You can see a breakdown of total monthly cost and price at or level or region level and individual projects. And finally, the bill sections allow service providers to generate bills and share it with the tenants who are consumers of your private cloud running on VCF. So here you can see the monthly bill, you can see the total price, you can see the resources that have been used, and you can get an overall breakup of your resources and the price and the usage.